You going back in?
There's still men out there. God damn. When I go home, people ask me, "Hey, Hoot, why do you do it, man? Why? Just some kind of war junkie?" I won't say a goddamn word. Why? They won't understand. They won't understand why we do it. They won't understand it's about the men next to you. And that's it. That's all it is.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
I want to make it clear that the views expressed by our hosts are not considered the official stance of MBR Views. Remember, this is all about having fun and enjoying the ride.
Turnbuckles and Stogies. Yo, what is up? What is up? Yo, happy Sunday. Another Sunday with your favorite hostess with the mostest.
My dad, I'm doing a wrestling match. I love wrestling. Hey.
We are Turnbuckles and Stogies Pod, your hostess with the mostest, the big dog, the vanilla gorilla, and ladies and gentlemen, today, yo, y'all ready for this? Because I don't think they're ready for this, Joe.
I don't know. It might not be.
Yo, what is up? What is up, my people?
Going on? What's up?
Sunday,
What's up, guys? What's up? What's going on?
Another Sunday here at the Cigar Spot in Fishkill, New York. Make sure you check us out on the Northeast Streaming Network, YouTube.
We're actually live on on the Nest Network right now. Good morning, guys.
NBR Radio. Make sure you check us all out. Make sure you check out NBR Radio. Help our vets, first responders, do what they got to do. So today's episode, guys, we're going to have Billy and Gus from Viva La Vida coming up.
The owners of Artesano del Tobacco, they'll be on in a little while. I'll say in about an hour. We apologize for the background noise. We're in the lounge. The Yankee game's on in the other room. They're being a little noisy, but it's okay.
It's okay, but because you're with the hostess, with the most.
That's because we're here.
The vanilla gorilla and the big dog. So happy Sunday, everybody.
So now, obviously, hold on. I really like this.
So what do everybody think about Backlash? I'm not a big fan of WWE as before. But it was all right. I think Jade Cargill and Ron won.
Yes. No, I know.
I'm not a big fan.
The Kabuki Warriors were no better.
Yeah, but I'm not a big fan of Jade Cargill.
They were no better.
So she hasn't played it yet.
Doesn't matter. Then you could say that about half the roster in NXT and on the main roster now. So on both, and that's on all sides of the business. So you can't say that because then you have to exclude 3/4 of the business. So your point is invalid. No, but your point is invalid because you have to exclude 3/4 of AEW, 3/4 of the WWE, and you're left with like 5 people on each side. So therefore, your point is invalid because then you have no industry, and then there's no indie shows that we're getting ready to do, and none of that. So your point is invalid and null and void. All right, then.
Shout out to the new bloodline.
So you can't say anything.
Shout out to the new bloodline.
Yeah. So you have Tama Tonga, who debuted probably 2 weeks ago. And then last night, Tonga Loa debuted. Well, technically returned to the company. Last time he was at the company was 2014, about 10 years ago.
2011.
No, 2014 is when he got let go. He was Camacho. He was a tag team with Unico.
2011, 2014.
They let him go. Actually, was in developmental before that. And then they moved him up to the main roster in 11. They paired him with Unico. He was riding a bike to the ring with him. And then he got let go from there. He did a stint on the Indies. Went to TNA for a little while as Micah with Drew Galloway and Eli Drake. They did a little 3-man team there for a little while. Then he left. He went to Japan. And once he was in Japan, he aligned with the Bullet Club with his brother, Tama Tonga. They went by G.O.D., the Gorillas of Destiny. And now they're back in the States after almost a 10-year stint there. And they're both back in the States, back in the WWE. They've been to AEW. They did a little stint in TNA for a little while. Now they're back and part of the bloodline with Solo. And their third brother's still in Japan. I just don't know when his contract expires, but I'm sure you'll see him there soon too. Hiku Leo, he'll be back there, I'm sure, at some point. They're saying Jacob's rumored to show up in a couple of weeks. Probably at SummerSlam, I would assume, is when he debuts. So you got a lot going on. The pay-per-view was great. The main event was awesome. You had a first time ever with Jessica Carr, first female referee to referee a main event of a WWE pay-per-view for the world title, which was Cody versus AJ, which Cody won. I believe Cody's gonna hold that title for at least a year, if not longer. But I mean, to me, Roman's reign should have ended 2 years ago. He shouldn't have had a 4-year run. It's not something that should have happened to begin with. There's no reason for him to have a 4-year run because he's only a part-timer. There was no reason for him to have that long of a run regardless. He should have lost the title last year at Mania, not this year, in my opinion. And that's why I don't think Cody's going to lose it that fast. Cody's not going to lose it for at least a year. If he does, I'd be surprised, but there's got to be a reason for it. Now, there's a lot more going on. You guys want to see us in person May 25th, Memorial Day weekend. We'll be down in New Bern, North Carolina with ACW, Apex Championship Wrestling, doing a show.
We'll actually be there Friday night.
Well, no, we'll probably be there early.
Calling up the local radio stations.
We'll probably be there early Friday morning because we're leaving Thursday night.
And don't be shy if you see us in the McDonald's or one of them sheets or something like that. Don't be scared to come up and ask for autographs.
Absolutely.
Pictures.
That's what we're here for.
That's what I do. Been doing this 30 years. So don't be scared.
No, absolutely. Listen. Yeah, of course. Of course, that's what we're here for. Just sending out this episode to a couple of people.
So we might have a special guest on. I'm just waiting for him to answer me. The shirt this morning. All you guys know the shirt this morning. Mr. Bernie himself. You know what I mean? So he's probably going to come on soon.
Listen, we're here.
We're here. We're at the lounge, cigar spot in Fishkill, New York. Shot down at the corner. We're going to do it in front of the house. Got a pop-up tent and everything else. But the training opportunity day. So we came here. Normally there's no members here.
The Yankee game's on, so that's why.
And guess what? That's what I like. I like to have a background noise. People think that, we are in.
Yeah, but sometimes the background noise is okay, and sometimes it's just too loud.
Yeah, well, you can't tell them no. They're members like you.
I'm not saying anything. Did I say anything? I didn't say nothing, did I?
So, guys, any questions, any thoughts? What do you think? Feel free to hit us up. So, what else you want to talk about? Oh, let's talk about my man, the New York Knicks. Let's talk about the New York Knicks. Let's talk about Mr. JB himself, Mr. Brunson himself. That man came to New York, and guess what? New York's in the second round. We play the Patriots. I'm gonna say New York in 6.
I don't think they make it past the second round.
New York in 6. You're gonna beat the Pacers. Everybody said we couldn't beat Philly. Listen, we took over Philly, which is our stadium now. We took over Brooklyn, which is our stadium now. We took over Chicago, which is our stadium.
It's
now.
arenas, not stadiums.
Same thing.
No, it's not.
We took them all over. Guess what? The Knicks are real deal Holyfield. I haven't seen the Knicks win a championship.
And they still won't.
52 years.
They still won't.
This year. Mark my word. You already hit Turnbuckle and Stokely. The Knicks are going to be champions.
I don't see it.
They're going to be champions.
The Knicks don't have a good enough team to do that.
Yes, we do. Absolutely.
No, we don't. I've watched the game. We don't have that good of a team to go all the way.
Want to play some wager?
No.
I don't want to play some wager. They go on that FanDuel and play some wager. You don't want to play some
Yeah, because I win money on FanDuel.
You're going to win some cigars.
I could just go buy cigars.
What's the difference? What's the difference?
I could just go buy cigars.
Win the cigars, you buy them.
Same thing.
You know what I mean? So, guys, we want to give a shout out to a couple of sponsors: Vicente Cigars, BAMF Cigars, Casa Carabello Cigars. Who else? Who else?
I don't know what I can think of right now.
I want to give a shout out to my brother from another mother, Mr. Matty Rocks himself. Who's down in Austin right now. He should be making his way back.
Either today or tomorrow. We'll see him during the week, I'm sure.
He's coming on here. Don't worry, folks. The infamous Matty Rocks is coming on here. Next week, we have my brother, Mr. Pure Soul.
No.
Yeah.
No. Next week is Abina.
Oh, next week. Sorry, guys.
Next week is Abina Soda. You're way too far ahead of yourself.
Abina Soda's going to be here next week.
You're way too far ahead of yourself.
We'll be live in the studio, guys. Abina Soda. Never had Abina Soda.
Go get him. Go get him next week. Go get him for next week's show. He'll be here to talk about what they pair with, what goes good with them, how he came up with the idea to make them to be able to pair with cigars. So I had a couple of them. He has one that's a dessert kind of soda. It's really good. I smoked it. I drank it with while I was smoking a cigar, Clown's Roadie. It's freaking a great pairing. Great cigars to go with great soda. So yeah, I mean, listen, there's a lot going on. Danhausen won the GCW World Title over the weekend, or Friday, or during the week, one of those days. He won the GCW World Title, and then promptly lost it back to Blake Christian because Matt Cardona invoked his creative control clause in his contract and made himself the general manager and said that Danhausen didn't win. So the match got restarted and Blake Christian won the title again. Because Cardona's out with, he tore something in his shoulder or his pec that he had to get surgery on. So he'll be out for probably about a year. So he'll be back next year or later on this year. I don't know. We'll see. TNA, Matt Hardy is there now, which we told you guys last week. They just did Under Siege the other night. That was a great pay-per-view from what I heard. I didn't watch it. Nick Nemeth's been there. Joe Hendry, he's been there.
Yeah, but now he's got a new thing. He's going up against Top Dollar.
He's been doing that for a couple of months now.
Top Dollar said if they want Top Dollar fined. Top Dollar said if I get fined, Joe.
No, Joe would still be there because Joe was over years ago before he got to where he is now. He was over years ago.
Talk about when Top Dollar did that power slam.
The choke slam?
Oh my God.
Oh, when he had the guy up in the air?
That guy so far up, I thought the guy had an airline ticket to go to France or something. You know what I mean? So, guys, on that note, we're going to take a 5-minute break. We'll be right back with the hostess with the mostest.
Been home about 6 months now, and I still have my doubts. Well, I'm not sure how I got here or how I'm gonna get out. Well, my mama says I look the same as I did before I left. But if she could see inside of me, it would scare her to death. Well, I can still taste the powder from the barrel of my gun, and I can hear my sergeant screaming, "Run, soldier, run!" And I can feel the backpack on my shoulders, God, and weighed a ton. And I see death in every single thought. Well, they taught me how to put that uniform on. I just can't get it off. Last Saturday they honored us in a small parade downtown. And when they shot off those fireworks, I nearly hit the ground. And while they smiled and cheered for us, all I could do was stare. 'Cause part of me is here at home, but part of me's back there. Well, I can still taste the powder from the barrel of my gun, and I can hear my sergeant screaming, "Run, soldier, run!" And I can feel the backpack on my shoulders, God, and weighed a ton. And I see death in every single thought. They taught me how to put that uniform on. I just can't get it off. Yeah, there's no end in sight. 'Cause even though I'm home now, I'm still fighting for my life. Well, I can still taste the powder from the barrel of my gun, and I can hear my sergeant screaming, "Run, soldier, run!" And I can feel the backpack on my shoulders, God, and weighed a ton. And I see death in every single thought. Well, they taught me how to put that uniform on. I just can't get it off. Well, the devil's won some battles, and he may win some more. But don't he know the American soldier will always win the war?
Hey, what's up? And we are back here with Boston and another here on Turnbuckles and Stones. We are live on Facebook. We are live on Instagram.
We're not live on Instagram.
We are live on Roku TV, on the Northeast Streaming Network. We are live
On YouTube, our YouTube, MB Radio or MBR Talks YouTube, their Facebook page. So shout out to everybody tuning in.
So we are going to have Billy and Gus on Viva La Vida Shows. And they will be on every show. Oh, yeah. So check this out. I hope y'all have a blessed Sunday. I'm finishing up my new world here tomorrow. Next week we have Charles from Artesano
In the studio with us.
at the office. So tune in next week. Make sure you order your Venus order. Tell them the Vanilla Gorilla and Big Bro sent you. and you're gonna get 10% off. I already okayed that.
Absolutely.
Make sure you order a beer soda. Street parent, I have them. We have them. I still got 2 at the house.
We got 1 left. I think 1. Well, I think he's bringing more next week.
So we'll figure it out. So what else is going on with everybody? What's everybody smoking? What's everybody doing on this radio?
It's Sunday. It's still early, so nobody's probably smoking outside, depending on where you are. I mean, I'm finishing up my Lunatic El Chiquito, one of my go-to cigars. First cigar of the day on this fine Sunday morning. Just chilling out, talking to you guys.
Members, friends, partners, watching the you know, this is what we do. We have fun. We have a little background noise. It's cool. That's what it's about. It's about being live. And that's what we are. We are live. So,
like we said again, May 25th, New Bern, North Carolina, New Bern High School will be our show down in North Carolina, beautiful North Kakalaki. We'll be out there. Well, we won't really have too much time to do any of that. Who? I don't even know who you're talking about. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna try to do what we can. If we can make it to a lounge down there, great. If not, it is what it is. I'll pick some cigars up, go back to the hotel. That's Friday. The ring will be set up. And then Friday, the ring is set up. This way, you know, everything will be set up for Saturday. Doors open at what? I believe 6:30. Bell time's at 7. So let me put this down. This is for you. It is.
Oh, so ladies and gentlemen.
So
we have our guests coming on.
Yes.
The owners and proprietors of Viva La Vida Cigars. As y'all can see.
Hold on. So now this is going to be
Hello, guys.
Hey guys, how are you?
What's up,
Good
guys?
morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
What a beautiful Sunday to smoke the 5-year anniversary with you guys.
Yes. Thank you, sir. We appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I know it was last minute, and we have met on a hurt. We've exchanged numbers. And guys, if you don't know, Billy and Gus are friends of mine. They jumped on last minute, and we greatly appreciate it. So now you have Viva La Vida on turnbuckles at Stogie's Pod. Thank you, gentlemen. How are you gentlemen doing this morning?
Beautiful. We are so happy to spend our Sunday here with you guys. We're visiting also cigar shops in New York. So we said, let's take a break, join in, and smoke our 5-year anniversary.
So now, Billy and Gus, let me ask you this question. So before you got into the cigar world, you used to own a shop. I believe it was in the Bronx, correct?
No. The shops were in Manhattan.
Okay, so give us a little background on how you guys went from
so
the
much
shop
smoke
to the shop that you used to own to getting into doing your own cigars.
All right. I'll start myself, guys. This is Gus here. I'm talking to you from New York. Good morning, everyone. Hopefully your Sunday is beautiful and safe. We're having such a great time right now with you guys. Thank you for having us here. Thank you for allowing us to be with you and to share this beautiful moment with you. To answer your question, the first cigar shop that we opened. It's called the Cigar Inn in Manhattan on 70th and First Avenue, the first one. And that was like 1992. This is exactly the right time. It was close to 600 square feet at the beginning. And this is where the journey started. Before that, we were like in business further downtown on Waverly and 6th, Christopher and 7th, 8th Street, all those areas. And then when the magazine came at that time, it gave us an idea about opening a real cigar store with a cigar lounge and a walk-in humidor. And then after that,
the Cigar Aficionado magazine.
And then, yeah, the cigar magazine. And after that, we opened one on 54th and 2nd Avenue. And Cigar Aficionado was also collaborating with us for the lounge and also for the humidor.
Okay. And so, how did you
So in
come up with the
2015, Casa de Montecristo came and they purchased both locations of the Cigar Inn. And from that time, we are focusing on we created a company called Artesano del Tobacco, which means artisan of celebrating those artists who create those beautiful cigars that we all enjoy. Our first brand was Viva la Vida. And then last year we released the Al Pulpo cigar, which is the San Andreas that we love too.
That's one of the ones I haven't tried yet.
Yes.
Is the El Pulpo. I got to try that.
So how did you come up with the name Viva la Vida?
So Viva la Vida is basically, we are reminding people to enjoy the moment, to enjoy life, to enjoy the hard work that they did every day. You don't need a special moment. You don't need a special a date like birthdays or graduation just to celebrate smoking a cigar. Every day you should enjoy and smoke a cigar. You worked hard from morning till night, and it's time to grab an hour and a half, whatever free time you have, to enjoy a cigar. So Viva la Vida was created based on that motif. And also, if you look at the art of Viva la Vida, is based on the jester that makes people laugh and happy, and
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm smoking. I think it's the Jokester?
No, this is just the regular Toro size. Yeah, because the shops by us deal with a lot of
HLA
third-party distributors. So when they get your cigars from them, they only have like the Toro or the Torpedo or something like So they don't have a whole lot up here.
Listen, tell them to give us a call, and we will be more than happy to help them with that issue.
I would like you guys to have the chance to try the 5-year anniversary. This is really good.
Yeah. So that's the one I'm gonna have to go pick up somewhere because I gotta try that one.
So,
you're gonna love the Jester. The Jester, I'm gonna show you guys. We are smoking the 500. Yeah.
We're driving and we stuck like under a place. It's raining in New York now.
See?
Okay, I've seen that. So I've seen the Jester. I've seen the I've seen that one. I've seen I've seen the other one that you guys did, the box pressed, I believe Toro size or the
for Atlantic or Famous.
Yeah, I forget where I saw it. I saw one of them. It was somebody showed me it, and I never grabbed it, and I was like, oh.
Billy, like I told you yesterday, and I told you my brother in California, he met you. I guess you were out at
PCA,
and he met you guys out there. And he keeps saying it's 300, 300, 300. So I said to Joey yesterday, I said, Joey, look up the 300. And that's when I called her and said, where can I get the 300? He goes, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I knew there was no 300 because I'm like, that doesn't make sense. I'm like, because it was always
It's close to the 500. 305
yeah.
is like
I'm like, it was always, as far as I knew, I'm like, it was always the 500 you guys did.
Correct.
So I'm like, there's no. I was like, I didn't hear nothing about a 300. I'm like, I don't know where he's getting this number from.
We have to name something 300.
So
That's funny.
But listen, he is right. Almost 300 hands touched those cigars to bring them here. So
maybe that's what he meant. Maybe that's what he meant.
Well, no disrespect to him, but that's my brother, my Mexican brother. So
he might have been a little drunk.
He might have been a little bottle.
Yeah, we love Mexico. San Andreas, Mexican, man. This is beautiful.
Favorite rapper.
Shout out to Cinco de Mayo.
Yes,
That's
true. We are celebrating. Yes, here we go.
Yeah, my man. So, guys, let me ask you, what made you guys? Give us a minute.
Sorry, guys.
So
I don't know what happened.
What made you guys want to start creating your own cigars?
So basically, look, we were in retail, and we learned so much from our consumer, and we're still learning. And we saw a gap in the market for certain flavors and blends that we were interested to bring it to the market. And the best team.
See, but before this, guys, like for the shop, we did blends for the stores that we have as well, and they were a huge success. We named them New York Cigar in Cigars, and we had 5 different sizes, and each size represent a borough: Manhattan, Brooklyn, Bronx, Staten Island, so Queens as well. And they were very, very successful. The blend was so good. And that also we learned from being around all those like consumers and clients. We learned so much from them. They gave us so many ideas. The sizes, why we picked the size for the Bronx, that size versus Manhattan. It was always, we discussed it with our clients, and they gave us great feedback, and we went and we did what exactly got from them. So we always liked the idea to have product that we produce ourselves to share it with everybody, and this is what we are doing right now. Because the sale of the shop, we weren't like planning to sell the business at that time, but then an offer came and things worked out. And then at that time, we were also working to bring the Viva La Vida with AJ. From 2012, we were working on this. And when the time came to do so,
we released it in 2019.
Yeah, we did that. And this is what we're doing now.
And same thing with the El Pulpo. It took 5 years to bring to the market. And we started in like 2017, 18, and 2023, we brought it to the market. So it took almost 5 years between fermenting the tobacco, aging it, and reaching to a point where all the notes that you are thinking about from day one, they begin to appear in the flavor and your palate. And yeah.
And
and that
cigar add to this, when we blend certain blends, let's talk about Viva La Vida. We don't base it on what we like ourselves. We sit and we do the study about the clients, the customers, the base, the mass. How would they like a cigar themselves? Of course, we have a lot of input in it, but we base it on everybody else. Not what I like myself. I like very bold and very spicy, and I don't do this. There is always what is the largest portion of the consumers who really enjoy
Right.
the cigar, the strength, the mildness, the sweetness, whatever is in it, and we base it on that thing. We understand that it's all about the consumer, it's all about the clients, and we thank ourselves for that to make sure that the clients are the one who really have an input, who have an influence on it.
Now I know the El Pupo, from everybody I know that smoked it, said it was a phenomenal cigar. Now I know it won. What was it? Best? Didn't it win best cigar of the year? If I'm correct.
They were number 10 cigar of the year with the Aficionado, and
Okay.
also number 5 cigar of the year with Snob. And it got really high ratings from all the magazines, from Journal. Aficionado gave it 94. So it got like 94, 93, 92. So for a brand to have all the magazines give it up high 90s was a blessing. And also it come to show you that hard work pays off. And
Yeah.
we were so happy to see that, honestly.
So now, how many shops are you guys in throughout the country?
I don't have the exact number, but it's above 1,000.
Plenty.
Okay.
Okay.
And now, do
Yeah.
you guys have any sort of like requirements for the shops? Like, I know certain companies don't put them in shops that are too close together, or,
You got to buy like 10 boxes.
yeah, you got to do like a certain amount of sales and stuff like that. Because I know that was a big thing when I was working for people.
No, guys, there's no politics in this. There is nothing. We understand retail very well. We were in retail for like more than 28 years doing this exact business. We know how hard it is for each and every place, every store, every business. There is a lot of rules, regulations, whether it's taxes, smoking laws, and we try to make it as easy, as simple for each and every place. We don't require anything. There is no minimum. Whatever you can afford, please do. So we know, we are open. We know about the struggle that they go through, and we respect that, and we try our best to make sure that they can afford it. So we don't say you have to buy the whole lot and 5 of each. We don't, or 10 of each. We don't. Because that's a huge thing.
That's a big thing, because I know, like, when I was working for a company, which I don't work for anymore now, I kind of just almost like a broker now, without being an actual broker. Like, I help people who I know that are looking to get in shops, like you guys, like BAMF. People are looking for new brands, or they're looking to, instead of deal with the distributor, they're looking to go directly to the people themselves. And I'm like, hey, listen, I know this person. If you're looking to deal with direct people rather than a distributor, because I know the distributor pricing is a little more expensive than if they would deal with you guys directly. So, everybody I try to connect people with, I tell them, like, listen, these are the manufacturers and the makers and everybody. You're dealing with them directly. They do everything themselves.
And then we tell them, listen, if you want to get in, talk to us, give us your budget, and then we talk to them.
Right.
We'll hit you up. I'll say, hey, Billy, listen, this guy wants like 3 boxes. Boom, boom, boom. And he says, what do we do? I say, you just go through us. We go to you.
Right.
Come to us.
Because I've had a few people that are looking, like smoke shops. There's one up by us that's looking to open a lounge as part of their smoke shop. They want to get rid of their stand-up humidors and make a walk-in and have a whole lounge. So, I said, they came to us when we were in there one day and said, listen, we want to open up a lounge. I'm like, well, we're the right guys to help you, because we do tend to, cross paths with a lot of manufacturers, or we know a lot of people that, we can cut your pricing on your cigars down from what it is now.
Because they deal with like HLA and all that other stuff.
Like if they come to a company and it's a $9 cigar, when they get it through the distributor, it goes from a $9 cigar to like a $15 cigar.
True.
Because they got to cover the pricing with the distributor instead of actually going through the manufacturers directly.
Yeah.
And then obviously you guys know New York kills you in sales tax.
75% sales tax.
Tobacco tax.
So
Yeah.
so what would it take, just out of curiosity? Because we have a lounge right around the corner, and he's having Rosario there on the 18th. So if I can get your cigars in there, what would it take for you guys to come up and do a cut and light?
I mean, this is from our own experience. Let's say a cigar shop, brand new, started carrying Viva and El Pulpo. It is really important that the cigar store owner and people who work there to do their work by introducing the cigar. The owner of the company, is not his job to come and introduce it while the owner is sitting down watching. If the owner believes in the product, he has the relationship with the consumer, his clients, that if he tell them this is a good cigar, this works with your palate, it doesn't work with your palate, it works with this guy, he knows what they like. When I come there and I don't know nobody, I don't know what they smoking for. That's not my job, right? So we ask the owners to give at least 3-4 months for the product to be in the store. See if your client like it before you bring me in. I'm not there to sell your product. I'm there to enhance, tell you why the cigar is this way or that way. Period.
No, it's
You're there to enhance their smoking experience.
Yeah, it's not about the job here. It's like when the brand is like in the shop, those shops, the interaction between the client and the cigar owner or the manager, they talk about it, they introduce it, and then they tell them the strength, all the kind of things that goes with each and every brand. Now you creating a base, you build up a base, followers, you have clients who come to you and they start smoking it. Once the cigar owner sees that there is traction, people calling, people talking, people smoking it, and they ask about the product, they want boxes or whatever, then it would be much better for me to come there, and we will do our utmost best to help all those clients of that shop with their questions, what they have in mind. We will be there, and we will make sure the sales, we will make sure the product will be discussed with each and every person there, whatever they ask, and we will be more than happy to be there. If it's like there for a week and then we go there,
people they don't know the product, people they don't know the brand,
they have to introduce it,
and also they never experienced it before, so they need time between them and the owner of the store. Between them and the owner of the store,
for the time,
which is the best, right?
The time is like we always give up to 6 months. When the product reaches the shelves of the store, then we will be there.
And you will see a big difference in any event that we go to, that the store owner introduced the cigar for 3 months, 4 months. We go there and during the event, and he sell, everything is sold out because people experience it, people smoke it, like it, people who likes it, they will take the deal, whatever deal during the event is happening, right? Instead of coming in and trying to introduce it and a guy smoking it for the first time, it's like, what questions he has for us? It's a waste of his time, and everybody's time is like, okay, I'm smoking it. Like, it's different if he smoked 2 or 3 before. Now he has certain questions that he believes in, that it's more effective for us to do that. So at least 3 months.
Okay. So give us 1 second, guys. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll come right back.
Yes.
No, like governments, like state actors, non-state actors, NGOs, all working together to create this influence around the world. There's something out there I think everybody here should go watch. It's called the AI Dilemma. It's
I need
a small
to write that
video.
down. Mm-hmm.
You should absolutely write that down. It's very good. It's very short. It's less than an hour, I think. It's called AI Dilemma, and it's a very updated version of all the things that artificial intelligence can do. And they're getting very deep right now. We're starting to see something called AI intimacy. And AI intimacy is where each person is getting their own AI system. Now, what's that based upon? It's based upon not your demographic, but your psychographic, how you think, what you like, where your vulnerabilities are, what your susceptibilities are. And that AI system is with you. It's on your phone that you can talk to 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's literally reverse engineered through every click, like, and share that you've ever done, every comment you've ever made. It knows you better than your priest, your pastor, your spouse, your parents, your brother, your sister, any family member, your best friend, because it hears all your secrets. It knows every search you do on the internet. It knows everything that you want to learn about. It knows everything you're interested in, and it just gets reversed engineered and becomes your personal AI system.
We're back, guys. So,
Come back,
Vanilla, now,
Gorilla, and Big Dog. Vanilla Gorilla, love that.
Absolutely.
Great name. Yeah.
You know how he got that name? Matty Rocks from Druid State. He's a very good friend.
Matty's like our best friend.
We hang out with him once a week, every week, and he goes, "You know your new name? Your new name is Vanilla Gorilla," and that's how he got the name.
That was it. It kind of happened, and then it kind of escalated from there, and now that's what I wrestle under. That's my wrestling name now.
Wow.
So
that's beautiful. Vanilla Gorilla.
It absolutely. It's something that I kind of just. I was like, it's not going to be anything, and then the more it kind of I used it, and the more I did things with it, just kind of stuck, and now it's like, you know what? Like when I see Matty now, he doesn't even call me my name anymore. He just calls me Gorilla. That's it.
Let me give you a little background on me.
Yeah,
so I wrestled for 30 years. I was with the NWA. I was with Jersey All Pro Wrestling. I got called by the WWE before he was born, but I turned it down because he was being born. So I've been in the business over 30 years. So now I retired. My mom seen my last match, and then I get a phone call from a buddy of mine who's still wrestling 30 years
I think
later.
it was right at the tail end of COVID.
Right after the tail end of COVID, he goes, "You sitting down?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "So you and Joey are booked?" I said, "What do you mean I'm booked, bro?"
Because at the time we were only doing commentary. We hadn't really done anything in the ring until that point. So I was only doing commentary.
So you're booked for a match. I said, "Bro, I'm retired." He goes, "Yeah, so get your gear out and come out to Jersey and you're booked." And I'm like, "Bro, I'm retired." My wife goes, "No, he's retired." He goes, "No, but he's booked. Don't worry about it. It's okay. I'll take care of him."
And then I was at work and I got the phone call, and ever since I was a kid, that was something that I dreamed of. Like that was that was one of those dreams that was kind of like unattainable.
It's kind of like you and your brother.
And then
you know what I mean?
I got the phone call. I was at work, and he called me. And he's like, "Are you sitting down?" I'm like, "Yeah." What's wrong? Because all of us know when you get that, "Are you sitting down?" as the first sentence on the phone, there's always something wrong.
Yeah.
So I'm like, "Who died? What happened? What's wrong?" And he tells me, "So, don't make plans for this day." I said, "Why?" He goes, "Because we're wrestling." I'm like, "Okay." He goes, "Do you want to do it?" I'm like, "What are we still doing on the phone?" I'm like, "What are we still doing having this conversation? You should have already said yes." I'm like, there's no conversation to be had here. And, it just kind of one thing led to another, and I had a longer name, and I cut my other name off, and I just Vanilla Gorilla is kind of what I stuck with, and it's just kind of went from there, and it's just kind of my identity now, so to say.
That's a great brand for a cigar, Vanilla Gorilla.
Well, I'm working on all that now. I got stuff in the works. I'm getting all that together now. So
I have the gorilla. I'm just waiting for the vanilla. Listen, vanilla, gorilla in Manila.
There you go. Vanilla gorilla in Manila.
So now let me ask you, because I've seen this all over, and I had to pull it up to get the right name. How did you come up with the Octo Ocho Culebra El Pupo?
Well, just to let you know, I don't know if you know about a club called Luxury Cigar Club. It's
That's actually where I found it. So
yes. So basically, what happened? We have a group of people who test our cigars, blends, and stuff like that. One of them is the Club 500. There is many clubs, and also there is many stores, and in the whole state, right? That we send them pre-release cigars, and they tell
okay,
us what do they think about it. So when we did the El Pulpo brand, we send them a pre-release before we launched the brand, and we're asking them, what do you think? Do you think it's ready? Do you think it needs more? You know, stuff like that. So
right.
Luxury Cigar Club loved it. Actually, everybody who we sent to, they loved the pre-release. They said it's ready for the market, blah blah blah. Right? So Luxury Cigar Club said, you know what? The blend is so good. The wrapper is unbelievable. We never tasted something like this. How about if you guys do a Culebra to represent to highlight the wrapper, because it's Lanceros, right? And also, you know, it's an octopus, so it represents the legs of the octopus and stuff like that, the tentacles.
Yeah.
And we said, you know what, that's a great idea. We will do it. So we did a Culebra, and we thought about a name, which is the 8 legs. Octo Ucho means 8, you know, legs, and that's how we started with the Culebra. And let me tell you, it is always sold out. We
It's
don't
funny
have
because
it.
I was just going to ask you, how is it? If you have you smoked it? Obviously you've smoked it, I would assume.
Oh,
Many times.
many
Yes,
times.
many times.
Because I've smoked a lot of cigar
Culebras.
sizes. I've never smoked the Culebra before. I've never smoked one before.
So the Culebra is 3 Lanceros, 3 cigars twisted together. When you buy it, you open them, and now you have 3 cigars, and you smoke it. And let me tell you, it is delicious. One of the
I've
best.
seen some people who actually thinking that you could smoke the 3 together. It doesn't work like that. It's not.
Okay, see,
Again,
I was one of those people that thought that you smoked them
Yeah.
all at one time. So that's what I thought.
No, you smoke one each at a time.
you
So,
share it with
so
people.
let me tell you the story with the Culebra, right? So Cuban factories in the 30s, whatever, they realized, the owners of the factories before communism, those factories were owned by regular people, right? So the factory realized that some workers, they are stealing cigars, and what they did, they came with this idea of, the minute the worker, meaning the guy who rolls cigars, who bunch cigars, they give them a Culebra. It's 3 Lanceros twisted together. Uh, so the idea is, you smoke one in the morning, one lunch, and one when you go back home, right?
Right.
And if they see them smoking a straight cigar, it means they robbed that cigar from the factory.
They took some cigars.
So that was the story with the Culebra. This is how it was created for. It's a cigar made for the workers at the factory.
Okay.
So, what is your newest cigar that you're going to be either that came out or is coming out?
Very
If you
good question.
want to say it, it's cool. That's cool too.
Definitely. Like in the pipeline, there's always things we are working with Nicaragua, with AJ, for the future upcoming blends and creations that we're working on. And the closest one to put in the market we take our time. We don't like flush. We don't push. We don't like every 6 months we come
Right.
with a different blend, because it takes time to master a certain blend. It takes time, dedication, the fermentation process, the aging. There's many steps that you have to go through, and we believe in it because remember we were doing retail for that long of a period of time. We've seen so many things. They come and they go. So many things as well. They stick in the market, and people like it for that purpose, for that reason. So we take our time. One of them right now is what's
The Al Pulpo, the fry. So it's coming next month. It's a gordita size, 48 by 4, round, pigtail. It's a flavor bomb.
48 by 4.
You like it?
That's those are the little sizes. Those are the sizes I get and I smoke on my way to work because I only got like a 40 to 30 to 45-minute ride. So those are like my perfect morning cigars.
Trust me when I tell you.
Vanilla, you're going to love that cigar every morning, 5 in the morning.
I can't wait to try it.
And let me tell you, when we designed this, it's based on people like you. For people going fishing, golfing, work. They have 20 minutes, 30 minutes. But you need a lot of flavor, right? So we created a pigtail. So you don't need a cutter. You can just feel the exactly, just cut it.
Yep.
And also it comes in a very unique case, cardboard case that is so beautiful. It has a magnet with a child-proof opening and also a drawer to put your matches with a striker.
Oh.
Wow, that's it.
It's basically you made it like almost like a travel humidor.
Exactly.
Essentially.
Exactly.
It's reusable. You could use it again.
You could use it again and for sizes like that.
That's awesome because I love, for people laugh because and I don't know if you guys are like this, but I'm one of those guys that like first thing in the morning I could wake up and I could light up a very strong San Andreas Maduro first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
And people look at me. Now, am I the only one that people look at?
No.
Because I feel like when I do that, people look at me and go, are you insane? Are you nuts
like you.
that early? I'm like, yeah, what better way to wake up in the morning?
Oh, it's the best. Espresso.
I can't do that. I can't do that because I have like a 10-minute ride to work. So I can't.
I've seen you do it a few times though.
If I leave a cigar down the night before, I'll take that, smoke that to work. Other than that, I don't smoke till I get home. Because I can't. I'm only 10 minutes down the road from the house.
I've been known to.
You know what I mean?
I've been known to smoke a cigar or two on my lunch breaks when I don't feel like eating that day. People go, "What are you gonna smoke? What are you gonna do?" I'm like, "I'll probably smoke a cigar."
That's it. It
Like
relaxes you.
seriously, in 30 minutes, I'm like, "Yeah."
So tell these guys about your first ever cigar. Hold on, listen to
Why
this.
does something smell like it's burning?
No, it's not burning.
Yeah, it is.
Don't worry about it.
Hold on, give me a second. Because that smell is gonna bother me.
Tell them about your first ever cigar.
So I was going with my dad to lounges when I was like 14, 15 years old, because at the time you could do that. If you were with an adult, you could do that. They would let you go in and hang out. And that was kind of like the time we hung out, because he would go to work during the day and he'd leave before I got up for school. I'd go to school and I'd come home. And, the only time I really had at that point to hang out with him was after work, when he would go to the cigar shop across the street. So I would go, I'd hang out, and I would just sit there. We'd talk about wrestling, whatever, just for us to be almost like, guys' time, so to say, for us to just hang out and just, relax and chill out and laugh and joke. And it always interested me just to kind of, see what it was like there. And eventually I got to the point where I'm like, I think I want to try one. And I was just like, it may not be something I'll like, but, if it's something I'll enjoy, hey, listen, now when he goes to smoke, he's got somebody to smoke with rather than go to a lounge by himself.
Yeah.
And the day of my 18th birthday, I think I'd come home from school because I was still in high school at the time. So I think I'd come home from school that day, and he's like, I'm going to the shop. I'm like, I want to go with you. I said, I want to try one. So he goes, go ask your mother. I asked my mom, I'm like, listen, I want to go with Dad. I want to try a cigar. She goes, okay, you can try just one. She said, if you don't like it, then it is what it is. So I go and I'm like, well, what can I smoke? And I had kind of let him do it because he knew more than I did. He gives me an acid blondie as my first cigar.
Wow. Wow.
And I'm smoking it, and it tastes weird because, again, I'm not used to that tobacco taste anyway. But I'm like, this doesn't taste right. And then I'm talking to them, him and another guy, and the smoke for the first time had went up my nose. And I was like, and it stopped me like dead in my tracks. I was like, because I didn't know what to do because I just kind of went to breathe and it just kind of all went up there. So like it opened
Burned
everything
your
up.
nose.
I'm like, I'm like, oh my God. So that didn't taste right. I didn't like that one. So I put it down. I went back in the humidor by myself. And I remember exactly what I bought because you can't find them anymore. And that was the Rocky Patel Super Ligero.
Wow, that's the very beginning.
And, and the only reason, and it's funny, here's the only reason I bought it, and it relates back to this industry at the same time because I bought it because of the band, because of the colors on the band was the neon blue and the pink and the red, and it just kind of like it attracted me to it.
Yeah.
So I started with an acid blondie, and by the end of the week, I was smoking the Asylum Triple Maduros and Rocky Patel Super Ligeros by the end of the week.
Wow.
And now, and now I have to essentially, over the last almost 9 years since then, 8 years, I've had to go back and smoke the Habanos, the Connecticut's, the Corojos, the Criollos, the Cameroons to kind of rebuild my palate to where it should be.
It's funny because to me, what did your son smoke? I said, why don't you ask my son? He's right here. And he goes, well, I smoked this one and it's made with this and this and this. And one guy tried to prove him wrong in a lounge.
Because when I smoke something, I'm one of those people like you guys. I do my research and my homework on the cigar.
So
to know what I'm smoking, to know what it's made with, because when I started out, I didn't know anything. So I'm like, what better way to learn than to look this up and try to find it if I like it so I can buy it and learn about it.
So the guy was like, that's not what it's made with. It's not. And he goes, are you really doubting? I said, look at the guy. And I'm like, bro, this dude is like a book right now.
So I told him.
What do you mean? He goes, he doesn't know what it's made with.
So what did I tell him? I said, okay. I said, pull up Google. I said, Google the cigar. I said, and I'll tell you exactly what it is. He goes, you can't tell me what it is. He goes, where is it made? I said, I think it was Nicaragua. He goes, okay. What's the filler? I'm like, Nicaraguan binder and filler. He goes, well, what's the wrapper? I'm like, I believe it was like a San Andreas Maduro
Mexican.
or a broadleaf wrapper at the time, because I think that was the big one, was the Nicaraguan broadleaf.
Yeah.
And I'm like, here, the broadleaf. And then he goes, oh, so you really do know? I'm like, yeah. He goes, oh, I'm like, what? I'm like, what's your problem now? You know, like people like that annoy me because it's like, dude, you can't just accept the fact that I know more than you do. It's not my fault that you don't, research what you're smoking and you've been smoking longer than I have.
So let me ask you guys this question. Do you guys have a factory or are you guys just making them with AJ?
We make them with AJ Fernandez at his factory. AJ has a huge operation there. Yep.
Yes, he does. From what I've heard, he's got like almost like a compound, because there's another a guy that I follow on Facebook who does like tours of AJ's factory and stuff. He books like weekend trips, and he's,
you know who he is? Fanatics.
No, TK.
Yeah, so does TK and Fanatics.
I think he goes by Tobacco Kennedy is his name, and he was the first person I saw book like almost like group factory tours of AJ's factory. You stay there, you stay like on his property, and I'm looking and I'm like, he's like, yeah, this is his compound, his factory's right over there. You can see it from here. And I'm looking, I'm like, holy hell. I'm like,
this is one factory.
Massive, and I'm like, he has a massive operation. I'm like, the fact that he's got housing for his workers to stay in, and for people who want to take tours. He's got all this land that you can go to the beach. I'm like, what the hell?
So let me ask you guys,
He's very
did
big.
you guys go to his birthday party? Did you go
Did
to
we
his
go to
birthday
his-
party when it dressed up as Elvis Presley?
Oh no, we didn't. We were also in Europe when it happened. Did you go,
He
guys?
came out in the car.
No, we
got out of the
didn't.
car and he was like
We
this.
haven't had the pleasure to meet AJ yet.
I'm trying to get him on here. So if any way you guys can help me, please.
Because AJ's probably one of my favorite cigar makers.
Jumps on my lives, and I'm like, AJ, I need you to come on my podcast. He goes, okay, send me. I sent him like 100 messages that got no response. Mel goes, I'll get him on. I've been waiting for like 7 months for Mel to get him on my podcast.
Yeah.
He's a very,
The
very
one-
busy kind of guy. But let me say this. First of all, Gorilla Manila, thank you, Manila. Thank you for sharing the story with us. It's very, very, very nice. Thank you for telling us everything about it. About your first cigar. My first cigar myself, if you have time to listen to this, I was 13 years old and I stole a Cuban cigar from my father's humidor. It was a Monte Cristo number 2, and I was so excited about it. I started smoking it and I inhaled almost 75%. By the end, I turned blue, green, and I dropped on the floor, and I was conscious. 13 years old. I was 13. And this is how I started. Your story was beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for telling us that story.
No problem.
Manila.
And listen, this guy has more. When you go in his bedroom, he has freezer bags. When I tell you,
I have a
bags,
freezer bag full of.
No, not one.
No, I have one big one.
10 freezer bags all over the bedroom, full of every cigar he smokes.
I keep the labels, and because a lot of the times, a lot of the stuff I smoke because I go to Buttheads in Connecticut.
Yeah.
And he's one of the shops that doesn't have. He has a lot of the older stuff. So when I smoke them, I try to save the older labels because I'm like, either A, I'm never gonna get it again, or I just want to save it just to say I have.
Wow. Yeah. That's beautiful. Beautiful.
So guys, I want to
thank you
very much. And Billy, I called you. You answered me back. I want to thank you for jumping on. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. You got to take a commercial break, but don't go nowhere. Give us like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I was broken for a while, a drop of blood for every mile I'm on. I took all that they gave and lived to fight another day. But if today is all I get, I'll make my mark and you can bet that I'll never surrender. On this life, and I'll never surrender. On this life.
but I can change how the story turns. 'Cause it's not mistakes that make us, but the lessons learned. Because what doesn't kill me will make me stronger in the end. And I'll never surrender. On this life, and I'll never surrender. On this life.
All right, we're back, guys. Yo, you with the Vanilla Gorilla, the big dog, and you with Billy and Gus, the owners and CEOs of Viva La Vida Cigars. So, guys, so here's a question. Let me see if I can get my stuff straight.
So, big dog,
So-
it's Artesano del Tobacco, the company, right? And the company has Viva La Vida and Al Pulpo cigars. So the company
That's
name
what I was
is
gonna
Artesano. Yeah. So
That's what I was going to
Artesano
ask.
del Tobacco. Yeah, Artesano del Tobacco is the company, and Viva La Vida, we produce Viva La Vida and Al Pulpo cigars, and hopefully something in a couple of years coming too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So now let me ask, your cigars, when you guys make them and roll them, how long do you let them age in your aging room before they actually hit the market? Because I know that's a big thing where some, like you said earlier, sometimes it's not ready to go right away. Sometimes it might need more time. So what do you guys normally age your stuff for?
So look, there is
Like, is
different
it
format.
90 days? Okay.
There is different format, right? There is factories that they bring tobacco, ferment it a little bit, then they put the filler, binder, wrapper together, and they age the cigar in the humidor for 2-3 years, whatever, right? We do it with AJ different. We ferment the tobacco by itself for years, the filler, binder, and wrapper. Once we think it is ready, we roll it, we test it. If we think it is the right time, then once it's rolled, it sits in the aging room for 45 days, and then it's shipped and it's ready to smoke. So our concept is exactly like any chef. He buys the best ingredients. You do not need to do anything to it. Once the ingredients is 100% to be used, that's the right time to put those 3 components of the cigar together, age it for 45 days, 50 days, and then ship it, and it's ready for people.
Let me ask you this. So many people say, like, you got the Rocket the 12 that's been aged for 12 years. You got this one that's been aged for 10 years. So what is the difference if you get a cigar and it's only aged for 3 years rather than 12 years?
Well, it all depends on the blend. Certain tobacco mature and certain notes in that brand, they needed certain flavors from it, and they aged it 3 years, and they were able to bring those flavors, and then they bring it to the market. Some others need more to bring certain flavor. So it all depends on the brand. It all depends on the tobacco that they use and what they are trying to accomplish with that. For example, when we did Al Pulpo, we bought a tobacco that's been aged for a certain amount of years, but with when we brought it to AJ, and AJ has his own tobacco, we fermented those tobaccos for close to 5 years to bring that oils, certain notes that we're looking for. And then when we put it together, we smoked it. We saw that we hit all those notes that we are looking for. And those notes, we get them from the market, correct?
That's
from the
true.
consumer.
Yeah. You know, aging tobacco, it's like when you age a good bottle of wine. That's the only factor that helped the product to be superior, to bring a well-balanced cigar into, we're talking about cigars, into the market and to enjoy it. There is no like chemicals. There is no product that will enhance it and make it better than others if
Right.
they use that chemical. The only thing to cure it is time. And the longer you age it in a proper way, the fermentation process in a proper way, you're gonna have something really good. To rush it and to just to meet the demand in the market, you are killing it and you're destroying your legacy, you're destroying your brand and everything.
Okay.
So we believe in time. We believe that even though it costs us a lot of, you know, when you buy that much and you put that on the shelf, you know,
Right.
it's
So
like
now,
so expensive.
let me ask you this. So when somebody gets cigars, let's say from HLA, right, and they bring them in their shop, they deliver them, and then they put them right on the shelf, shouldn't they let them sit down on the bottom and humify some more, marinate some more? Am I correct?
No.
Cigars should be ready to be smoked. Now, that would be a case if the shipment was put in an area where so hot and it affect the cigars whether they get dry. In that case, they have to be humidified in that case. But when they ship it directly from the origin, whether it's Nicaragua, Honduras, or Dominican, the cigars should be ready to be smoked. If there's other problems, that's a different story.
So the idea when any cigar shop, when they receive cigars to their humidor, they could just open the box and put it. It will be better if they sit for 24 hours inside that environment.
Right.
But the cigars, they're ready to be smoked right away, right? And a lot of us, like the minute you receive a box, you're gonna crack it open. You cannot wait for the next day. You hear
We do that. We do that.
same thing, man.
Yeah, you grab that first cigar out of that box, and then you put the box in the humidor to say you've smoked one, and you let it sit for a day or two, and then you smoke more.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, listen, the flavors, they're gonna be 99% the same. The 1%, which is the next day or in a week, that it's working to in the environment of your humidor or the walk-in humidor of the cigar shop, but it is ready to be smoked right then and there.
Okay. When we order like from Cigar Clowns and BMF, they come, I open the box, I smoke one, and the rest goes in the humidor.
Yeah, I'm good for when I get cigars in. If it's something I haven't tried or something I've been waiting for, you know, the first thing I do is I open that bag or I open that cellophane and pull one out of the 5-pack, cut it, light it, and then I can say, okay, I smoked it. Now I can go back in the humidor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a fresh.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing.
So guys, everybody going down here, but don't go nowhere because I want to talk to you off off the green room. I want to talk to you. So guys, this has been another Sunday here with Turnbuckles and Stogies. My man Billy and Gus. And
thank you everybody for tuning in. A big shout out to all of our sponsors.
We appreciate you, my brothers.
We got a few minutes left.
How many minutes?
We got about 10 minutes left. I just got to hit probably one more commercial at the very end. The one at the very end, our normal commercial. I mean, we've kind of covered everything. I mean, that I can think of. We've covered, maybe.
I got one question. Are they twins?
No.
I'm older by 7 years.
Okay.
okay? Because you guys look like twins. You got the same glasses, the same bald head, except he got a hat on. See, look, there we go. Figure out which one's Billy, which one's Gus. Tell me which one's Billy, which one's Gus.
What happened?
Tell me which one is Billy and which one is Gus.
Why don't you tell them?
Billy's over here, Gus is over there.
Look at you. See, look at you. Good job. Look at you.
Okay, I'm Billy.
And I'm Gus.
See?
Told you.
See? Look at you.
Told you.
Look at you. Good job.
Billy's the one I spoke to.
You're a smart guy.
I'm Big Dog.
Wait, look.
Big Dog with a hat.
Everybody loves
no hair
the
like
ball.
me.
Yeah. This is our third brother. And our cousin, Vanilla. Vanilla Gorilla, our cousin.
That's your cousin right there.
Oh, God.
The Vanilla Gorilla. But no, I do want to talk to you offline about something.
So we can talk even after another day or whatever.
I can call you whatever, and we'll talk offline.
This way we can let you guys go. You guys can get back to doing what you're doing. Thank you guys again. We appreciate you coming on.
We want to thank you.
And
Want to thank you and thank your listeners. Thank you for having us, guys.
Enjoy your Sunday, guys. Thank you so much for having us. For you. And
yes, thank you guys. And if there's anybody I know that's looking for your stuff, I will make sure to have them reach out to you guys.
Thank you.
So that we can get more up here.
Excellent.
For sure.
Love it.
So, all right, guys. Thank you for jumping on. We appreciate you.
Have a good day, guys.
Thank you. Take care.
Take care, guys. Have a good one. There you go, guys.
Guys, there you go.
Look at that.
Viva la Vida Cigars.
Actually, the Artesano del Tobacco, which is El Pupo, Viva la Vida, and like they said, in a couple years, hopefully something else. So that's been another fun episode here, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. We're glad that we could bring you guys Billy and Gus.
Right here.
Glad they can come on and, even though it was last minute, they came on with us and we had a blast. Next week we have Abina Soda coming on. We have Charlie, the owner of Abina Soda. He'll be here with his sodas live, so you guys can tune in, ask questions, ask him what he think would pair with certain cigars. When you order from him, you get a little menu, so to say, with notes and what cigars it would pair well with, or not cigars per se, but wrappers and maybe certain regions it pairs well with. And then we got one more episode, and then we're in the Carolinas for Apex Championship Wrestling presents Elevated May 25th. Bell time is 7:30, and I believe doors open at 6. Could be wrong. I will actually have a nice little commercial for you guys in the next week or so to promote that event on here, so you guys can look at it. If you're in the North Carolina area, please pick up your tickets. Come see us. Come hang out. If you see us down there while we're out and about and you want an autograph, a picture, whatever, let us know. We're always happy to do that for you guys.
Feel free.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's what we're here for.
So, guys, we want to appreciate you joining us on Sunday at the Cigar Spot in Fishkill, New York. Take care of yourself. Cheers.
So yeah, like I said, guys, that's pretty much it. Now May 26th, there is a guest supposed to be scheduled. I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to make it. I might have to run an interview I have in the bank that day. You guys will know once I go ahead and promote it and put it out there and all that. So you'll know, come that week. We may be live for about a half hour, and then we'll play the interview, and we'll probably hit the road.
Because I got to be back here.
Because I got a 10-hour ride back.
Party on Monday.
So
we could even do an interview on Monday with Scott.
Well, no, we can't do an interview on Monday.
Why?
Because our show is Sunday.
Right, and we can do the interview and just run it on another day.
We'll see. We'll figure it all out.
So, guys, we want to thank you for joining us here at the Cigar Spot in Fishkill. Take care. Enjoy your Sunday. If you got them, smoke them. If you ain't got them, go get them. You heard?
The fact that our patriotism in America is dwindling, I really wanted to start the American AF movement. Freedom is fragile, very fragile. It takes a certain level of intestinal fortitude to stand up and say and do the right thing to preserve the freedoms that so many have paid a large price for. About being in the military, and that recruiter said, it's not Biden's army, it's your army, it's his army, it's his army, it's all of our army.
American tactical. American as fuck.
We're still here, fellas.
Oh,
we're still here.
Guys.
We're still here.
We're still here. So, yo, guys.
So yeah, go get your Viva La Vida cigars. Like he said, you can pick up the Culebra size from Luxury Cigar Club. They have a bunch of other ones on there as well. I looked. They have the El Pupo. They have a Lancero that was done for them. They have something else that was done for them by them. You have the Octopus, which is the Ocho Octopus, which is the Culebra. Like they said, don't smoke them all at once like I thought. You unwrap them and you smoke them one at a time. And this way you have 3 cigars instead of 1. And the price on them isn't bad. I already looked. Because you have to look at it as for the price you're paying on there, you're getting 3 cigars for that price. So you have to look at it as you're paying for 3. A box of the 9 cigars, which is 3 Culebras, is $124. And a box of the 1 coffin of the Culebra is, I think it said $41. So that's still not a bad price because you're getting 3 cigars, which I'm hoping I will be picking up in the next couple of weeks. But like I said, next week, Abina Soda. The week after that, I got to double check and see who our interview is. I think I know.
Interview is with Fred.
No.
Yes.
No, I don't think he was.
Yes, it's with Fred.
Are you sure?
Yes, it's with Fred. Because we got to go out to his lounge.
No, I believe that's who our interview was supposed to be.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll change that real fast.
But I'm going to have to change that and see, because I know he's busy in the DR right now doing his own stuff. So
guys, on that note, happy Sunday, happy fun day. Take care of yourself. If you got him, smoke him. If you ain't got him, go get him.
That's the show for today, everyone. Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week with an all-new show. And remember, you can listen to us again and again. The podcast of this radio show is available right after we go off the air tonight, anywhere that you can get your podcast episodes. And thanks for joining us today. I'd like to take a moment to talk about something close to my heart. Military Broadcast Radio is doing incredible work to support our veterans and bring their voices to the world. They rely on your generous donations and your dedicated volunteer hours to make it happen. I encourage you to consider supporting NBR in any way, form that you can. Use this QR code that's attached to the picture, or you can go to our website at mbradio.us. That's Mike Bravo Radio.us to learn more about how you can donate or volunteer even just an hour a week from your home. Help make a difference in the lives of our veterans, because once again, we're all here for you and not for us. We're giving our veterans a voice.